I had 120. I had 228 cubes.
Guys, it says it's starting at 160 seconds, so you have like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You can get up and stretch and do jumping jacks or whatever you do.
Neither Sean or I could do even one jumping jack. No, maybe one.
Hey guys, what are you guys playing?
Round of 8 jackpot.
Can he play a quick DMP first?
It would be okay with me.
Because the reason is
Who's
The reason is we just started the stream and did all this stuff and we don't want to stop now.
Oh, let him play the DMP right here. He's right here.
That's fine with me.
Okay, if they play the DMP here on the stream, that's good.
Okay.
Because then it doesn't stop, it warms people up.
Okay.
And I can change one name. But he still can't start for another 118 seconds, but it probably wouldn't anyway. Then we can test run to see if it's actually working.
Let's see what the bracket looks like.
Well,
Oh,
you have to wait 100 seconds.
Let's do it.
Wait, you have to wait 100 seconds.
Can I reset the clock?
No, stream's not going. Okay, just go with
yes,
that.
this is.
No stream, just do it.
Thank you, guys.
That's awesome. Thank you.
It's helping
Is
Tommy
this
out.
a semifinal or do I have?
That's a
No,
semi.
if you
winner
win, you
plays
play
me.
him, but you'll
Okay.
play that after Sacks.
That's
Right.
good.
But unless you want to wait for a second.
Oh, wait, oh,
I don't
good,
care.
you're changing it?
To accommodate Tommy, anything.
Actually,
Accommodate
Here.
I'll do it.
I got it.
I love you.
What time do you guys want?
2
My
minutes
fucking
and
birthday.
15 second delay.
This has to be changed anyway, so.
Right. 2 minutes.
Oh, why even worry about the clock? Just play.
No, that's not the way it works.
It's totally possible we'll get into something complicated and I'll actually.
Why
need
use
time.
the play? No, don't let outside people
Right.
rush you when you play. Okay?
Yeah.
You just play
No,
your
I'm just
game.
saying
Use
Outside
all
person,
your
yeah.
all your clock time that you're allocated.
Are we 15
Now
seconds
just
away?
wait,
Probably
wait,
not.
because we're so close.
it actually says in the rules that it's mandatory.
Which I love, actually. I'm just saying, why
Hold on,
slow
guys.
up things?
About 30 seconds.
So why
Tell
is
you
it-
what,
why-
setting
Because
this
it's warming
clock
up the
is
stream.
easy.
That's what it says. 30 seconds to wait for the stream to go live.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, you. Oh, it doesn't just go live like.
Well, obviously it was processing something, it was waiting because it channels out to multiple streams or multiple
Oh, okay.
places and things.
Gotcha. What channel is it? USB UGF stuff?
What's on the
NBC?
USB for sure, and I believe you guys are live.
Okay.
So wait, hold on. Let me change the name.
I'll just tell them.
Who's reaching your hand out?
Let's see.
Okay, I have to change C-Stack's name now. Hold on. And I'll say David Crosser.
When are you leaving?
4 o'clock in the morning.
What? Look, I almost don't want to be critical, but why do you come to a tournament if you're not going to be able to stay for the final?
It was either not come at all.
Yeah,
or-
I mean,
And
I'd pick a different tournament.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
I approve.
I
I like to support. I
understood.
like to support.
I'm being overly judgmental, kind of in a way.
No, I'm just trying to support the community. You know.
Yeah.
this is DMP, right?
Yep. Quickie.
This is not the undefeated final star.
No, this is the semifinal.
None of these 11 checker back games.
Well, we got 2 minutes. That would be really exciting.
It would be.
What do you call this? Semis, you called it?
Yeah, this is the one point quickie semis, or what do they call it?
I called it DMP.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are good to go.
Okay. Let's.
Or was it Sean?
Good match.
Good match.
AKA game.
I'm going to be out there before you guys start. Get me a second.
I'll wait for Tom.
Yeah. Oh, because you're playing next? So if you play next, get me so I can change the name.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on
Oh, you
screen.
want to speak? Okay.
Yeah, it sounds true. So I'll change the name. to it.
back. That's what we're going for.
Yes, it is.
Oh, 2. Probably better.
Yeah, I think so.
Very cool.
I'm not
So-
sure which one's gonna work. Put that one on, and I'm gonna see if
Yeah, I know Roberto is planning on coming over too. So, all right, this we may or may not have sound here. So double 2s for David, and okay, double 2s. Sean can think about the cube here. Looks like no, there's no legal play. I think David only played 3 2s. So this is 1 he entered with. He does not want to hit right now. So Stone's got to roll. He doesn't have quite enough. 4-1. 11 to 6 gets you from man off the 20. Has a lot of logic to it as well. Probably best. David hits. Sean has a really solid edge here, but he needs a bit more. David's 2 checkers out of play on the ace point are definitely going to hurt in this kind of game. As Sean's name does a little dance. It's been a great weekend here in Denver. Lots of great events. There's really just been just one of those tournaments has a real fun feel to it, and I've really enjoyed playing this weekend here. And fun to get a chance to do a little commentary as well. So probably keep the blots to 1 and bring him in. Could bring a checker down, but decides to keep blots to a minimum. May be glad of this as David hits. And a 4-5. Again, probably just pops out here. There's no reason to leave the extra blot. And Sean does indeed play to the 16. 2-5. It's a hitter. The 5 isn't the best. He can boldly slot the 4-point and hope for the best. But this bit of discretion against the best possible 4-point board is probably called for. Still has plenty of chance to make the 4-point naturally, so this has got to be better. And a good rake for David. He gets a step up and tidy up. All of a sudden, David's got the edge. Big dance, still not quite a cube, but 5-2 is a nice take, and now David needs to perform immediately, or it's 1-0. I mean, Sean needs to perform immediately. He does not. David's probably too good. Two, 4, just a little short. He's not gonna leave a shot against that 5-point board. Right now, Sean's not trying to win the game. He's trying to only lose 1 point. So coming down, you just have to accept you're not gonna win this game. Just play safe. 4-5, and Sean gets another shot. Sean gets his hit. And the fan from David. I'd bring that 4 in. It gets a direct cover and minimizes blots too, but he wants to build the outside prime. But I don't really want to leave all these blots hanging around necessarily. I'm a big fan. Now David is way too good. He's going to clean up anything he can. Gets to bring in all 3 of those men outside. Could play 4-1, but I don't see a real reason to do that. And Sean enters 1. And he hits the other checker. So very, very, very likely going to be a gammon for David. He thinks about pre-clearing the 6-point. He feels he can get the gammon anyway. Double 6s could be slightly annoying if he does that. So he decides to hold on. And 6-1, not perfect. It does leave some blot numbers next turn. You very rarely leave the man outside. You pretty much always leave fewer shots by just bringing it in even when you're out on the outside like that. And a 5-3 cleans up very nicely there. Would have left a shot if he had stayed outside. You always just bring that in. And there's a 3-2, which just clears very simply. He's got the gammon. The backgammon is a reach. See, but you don't do anything too wild. Now those backgammons are pretty much gone. And David just will try to safely bring this home. Oh, this is a DMP match. Okay. Why have I been talking about gammons and cubes? I did not know this is a 1-point match. Well, So much for that. So David just looking for a nice, safe play at this point. You just sit down at a streaming table and you assume it's a 11 or 9 point match or something, and it's 1 point. I would just play 4-3 here. Keep some aces, that ace in reserve, and you also are probably going to have to clear down to 2 anyway. You have 6-2, 5-2, and 4-2 right now, but you get to bypass the stage of having 3 and having all those block numbers too. And that clears. Sooner you clear it, the better. Sean, being that it is DMP, will keep the 22 point until David runs out of aces from the ace point, if that happens. Until then, he's going to start making a prime. That's double 4s. So he gets ready to make the 8 point and max covers. Pretty normal play here. He's got his 6 prime. He just needs something to put behind it. And there's his chance. And fortunately for Sean, it's a 2, so only 1 man off. No hits, so he has to wait. Hope to get a, hope to see double 1s, then win with a 14 checkers off. Not very, very likely, and that is it.
Back in.
And David is now in the DMP
So we don't have to
finals.
play on the stream, we just play and let them do their thing?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Sean.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, looks like we're going to have a Masters match now, so now I can talk about cubes and gammons and all those other fancy things you get when it's not a 1 point match. And let's see who will be playing. The Bison Jackpot is the Masters level event here. There were 40 players, including rebuys. It's actually, which is very impressive. It is round 3. And the players will be Steve Sachs. No surprise to see that name on the stream. And is it Sean Garber again? Yeah, that's the time setting.
Did you beat David?
No.
Also, Tommy and David are playing somewhere else?
Yeah. They just, no, this is new. They just did a DMP match. Yeah, he's coming in. They're just setting it up now.
Well, they were on a break.
No, this is new. It was, they're just starting. They're about to start. They haven't started
They're
yet.
about to start. Okay.
Yeah. Candice Mayron is here. She runs the LA tournament, which you all should go to. It's the December. What are the dates? December.
Oh, you're live.
Yeah.
December 7th through 10th.
December 7th through 10th. You all should go to LA. Candice and Patrick and everyone put on a great show.
Oh, well, all right. If you say so.
And besides, it's her birthday, so if you go to her tournament, it'll be a very great birthday gift for her. Send her an email right now and tell her you're coming and that it's you'll make her birthday.
Gammon Associates West. That's the website.
Gammon Associates West. Look it up.
Yep.
Winner. Thank you. We'll do our best.
Yeah, might as well. Ooh. Shouldn't leave my phone here.
Gave some of my Eastern time zone friends a message.
This will be an 11-point match.
About 2 o'clock. 1:42.
Oh, that's right.
Put the other mic on for a second.
Okay.
And
Test it.
I'm gonna unplug this one. I think the other one may.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I'm just gonna throw this mic away because it's broken. Oh, actually, put that on.
Okay. So we're on again, and
What happened to my setup? Why I put it on the wrong one? I'm gonna switch it, but. In case Roberto comes.
do you have something for Roberto if he joins us?
This one. I think. Actually, I'll take
So a nice early edge for Mr. Sachs here. But a long ways to go. A lot of work to do here. With only a 1-point board. Only safe play makes the 3-point. And a 3-2 for Mr. Garber. Gets his board ready. Nice shake for Steve. Sean will need to perform, not just enter, but enter well if he's going to continue playing this game, and that will not be good enough.
Jackpot?
Yeah, it's the only event named for me. 6-4 is a crusher. I thought that Steve would have cast that, but he played on, and now he must be too good. My judgment was off last turn. Ooh, full screen, yay. I just made my display a bit bigger for, the end of a long day. You need every bit of help you can get.
There you are. Let me cut you the line.
So Steve can play on very freely here. So there's good gammon chances.
Come up here, baby. Well, I did. We're making Moscow mules.
So, have you been to the Connecticut one, the Boston one, New York one?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Ross.
Which
Yeah.
ones do you like?
Well, Ross had a different situation. You know Ross's?
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
So,
What do you mean by different situations?
well, he kind of went
Sean's got that happy little 6-prime, but nothing to put behind it.
into the ABT. So I'm in Greenwich and meeting up to Russ.
And a very, very pretty distribution for Steve. You almost want to just stop playing right here so you could just look at that all night. But alas, we must move forward. There's the 2 point. Killing sixes might have entered into consideration in case Steve rolled like a 6-1 and then Sean had a 6, but most of the time you get to run with a 6 when Steve breaks. 2-1 is not how you save gammons. First 6-5 is acceptable, second one is not. Double 5 is a bit crashy. Still keeps a 5-point board. At least you get some pips for saving the gammon though. Gotta run. You still get plenty of shots with one man back and you save a lot of gammons. Pretty standard stuff. Ooh, double 5. That is a good shake for Steve. 4-1. Not a good reply. The odd backgammon here too. 3-1. Plays safe. Sean can hang back another roll, and he does so perfectly. Ooh, do not roll the 32 here.
I've already rolled a 2 3s.
You do roll an ace here. 5-1. The gammon is saved, and you got your 7 or 8% to win. In Madison, we refer to a 3-2 there as the Lenny Schneider because apparently there's a gentleman by that name who rolled that in a Shootout and was never seen again. The only number that gets you backgammons in that position. What's the confusion here? Oh, Steve doubled. And Sean passed. Okay. So there's, never mind the 7% chance to win the match. I forgot the cube is in the middle, so there's 0% chance to win the match. The game. Okay. I should not be doing commentary after midnight, although some might say I should not be doing a commentary period. 5-2, Sean wins the opening roll and goes with this splitting play. 3-1 makes the 5-point. 6-1 makes the bar. Unstacks the 8. Easy stuff so far. 4-2. 4-point comes at the cost of a shot, but it seems clearly correct given that the only safe play is to step up with 2, and it's not totally safe. Double 4s. Interesting shot. You run. You're outboarded here. It'd be nice to make another homeboard point, but this seems natural to me. You have some builders, not too many shots. And if you're missed, you can hopefully make the 5 or 4 point next turn. So Steve considers the hit. You don't like to use your last spare from the 6 to hit, but he really feels the tempo play is called for him. Besides, he's got a better board, so you want to hit. And when there's one man back on the other side, you usually want to attack. So a lot of 2 principles call for hitting, and one says don't, and it seems to work out here. Good shot by Steve, sending a second man back. Sean makes the 23-point anchor, even though there's only 7 men in the zone. Usually you don't. Usually that's a little too stiff. But at the same time he's outboarded. But I might have been tempted to go to the 22. The 5s are duplicated to make the 8-point, and I don't really feel the need to make a deep anchor at this point. But I could be wrong. I usually am. 6-4 for Steve, not his best roll. How about 24-20, 16-10 here? Instead, he leaves 2s, 4s, and 6s, and Sean misses all of them, but it's productive. He gets to make the 5-point and advance his anchor. Not a bad way to miss if you have to miss, I guess. Steve quickly says, I'm not going to leave another triple shot. And a 6-1 for Sean. Not perfect. He can play 13-6. Where he can hit, but 13-6 seems better. He wants to build a prime rather than attack that badly placed checker on the 2-point. Steve will probably play safe here. 6 in, 5 down. I don't see much else, but Steve might go attack. He can slot the bar point, but I don't think that's necessary. He's not. Is Sean threatening to run?
I call Paul. I'll bet you 2-1. I'll bet you 2-1.
I don't like leaving it. 5-2, so unfortunately cannot cover the slot in that, but he does run. If Sean misses, Steve is well in control. But Sean does not miss. Sean performs. He performs in a very blotty, return shotty sort of way. And that's a hitter. But definitely a good exchange for Sean because he has it now. Steve has to escape all over again.
I think they actually recreated the exact same position. Very close.
And then in the afternoon, maybe do.
You should have seen that.
Ooh, boxes. Alrighty. What do we have here? 52, 72, 90, 108 for white. 49, 79, 85, 128 for black. I mean, you don't even really need to count this to know that you can at least come out. He's thinking about making the 2-point. Win some more gammons, but if probably not enough. 20 pip race, it's hard not to just lock up the game with going to the 10. But there are some G's, but leaving 3 shot numbers from the bar if you make the 2-point. You have threats to fill in. I don't know. I might like this. How much risk is there? Even if Steve enters, you can still throw the cube out. You're still probably cashing, which you'd be doing anyway.
Normally there's like 3 tournaments. Okay, there's like main, you can win the console, and you win the last 10. Here there's no last 10.
And now Sean can double. And he's up 21 pips. He's got 3s, 4s, 5s, and 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s for pointing on Steve. I mean, the contact is more in Sean's favor than Steve's. I would have a hard. There's some gammons if you didn't points on him and he fans. I'd have a hard time taking this. I think that's why it was reasonable for him to make the 2-point last turn.
It's working very well for you.
You know, worst comes to worst, he enters and you're still doing well. But you get those those gammons when he fans. And Sean reaches for the cube. Steve almost instantly lets it go. I bet Sean was actually thinking about the play on there, but doesn't seem to be one. So 1-all, 10-point match from here on.
Have you transcribed that?
I know how to transcribe. It took me like 2 hours to transcribe on it. And I was like, this is.
Okay, you have to be faster, or you can say,
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
My sister watched her start last week. Oh, you found your
Okay, well,
back in the video got
wait, what was that?
back in the video.
Double ones.
Because
If you're willing,
I
Mark Henry has a match for your match with Mark Henry is ready.
awesome thing.
Oh, he beat her, I think so. So yeah, he's in the state where he bought in, so he doesn't need to play in another fight. You know, so
Ooh, a cube from bold cube from Mr. Garber.
yeah, all right. Well, he's ready for you.
Thing is, even if he hits, if he's likely not even to lose the market if Steve anchors. This seemed like a very easy take and not even a double. The weak numbers leave Steve pretty even, and here
I guess the moral of the story is
takes a very pretty bad roll for this market loser.
but I don't know. I like
4-5 is about as bad as it can get, and is Sean really that glad that he doubled?
great.
Double threes. He's got to do some good things. He can make the advance anchor, or he can make the advance anchor, the 4-point, and hit on the 3. Does the most good things of all the plays available, I think.
So I'm just kind of
I would just make the board up. The opponent's on the bar.
like the first
It's got to be more important than 10. But
I think that
Sean likes his prime. Primes are good things to have.
forfeiting Maze.
2-6.
Right, like
Now use that 10-point that he made to attack.
like maybe I can dig it up somewhere and give you one of them a little bit, but I just kind of want
And Steve performs again with the 4-5, hitting and making the 16-point. He looks around, checks for anything better. Realizes that was as good as it's going to get. 3-2. You go to the 20-point. You don't really want to be hanging back on the 23 here, do you? Safes up the blot. Not too worried about being hit from the 16 though. 6-5 is awkward. The 6 has to be 13 to... What? 13 to 7, 8 to 3? Just to unstack and keep assets? This is a really stupid roll. Everything just lands on something. 13 to 7, 8 to 3 looks like the least bad, but this is fewer shots. But it doesn't keep the 16 point. Poor shake by, and that hits both of them. So a nice exchange of 6-5s definitely was better for Sean than Steve. Steve enters both. It's rolling forward very nicely for Sean. Pops out just to not leave another blot, but that's 4s, 5s, and 6s. At least the 5s and 6s are duplicated. Ooh, double 1s. Not the best. He can clean up a blot, advance his anchor, and clean everything up, but not the sort of big offensive play that Sean was looking for in that position. Double 5s are another weak shot for Steve. He's rolling pretty bad right now. That's all he's got. Unless he breaks the 6-point, he ain't going to do that. 6-2. So 22, 16, 7, 5 is the obvious play, but he can think about slotting the back of the prime with 14 to 8, 7 to 5. Instead, he plays 13 to 7. He's going to leave a shot. Might as well slot the 8. 4-1. Steve gets a hit and split, duplicating the 1s. double threes here. Bring the one in, of course. And then do you hit both homeboard points? I think so, against that kind of board with that kind of stack. What's there to fear? You can be aggressive because Steve is in no position to punish you. If you get hit, so what? He can't build a prime. He can't attack. I say hit on the 2 and then play 7 to 1, hitting on the 1. Be bold when your opponent's weak. But Sean decides to make this play, trusting in his solid position. Steve stays out. Double sixes, makes the 2-point and makes the ace point. A nice take for Sean. Steve is in huge gammon danger right now. He needs some threes. Steve fans. And a 6 and a 4. I need help. 2 men out has to be right. So that microphone, I think, is shot.
It doesn't work?
I think that's what Ben said.
Oh.
But you can try it.
So we have to shoulder up. We have to put it here.
Yeah.
So here we are. Oh, at least we're not filming. It'd be funnier if we were filming.
Yeah, exactly. We're engaging in
alone.
some microphone shenanigans here because there are two people, one mic.
Well, focus. I'll focus when this game's done because I'm not even what's going on here.
What's going on is Steve is getting murdered.
Oh yeah, 2 on the bar. This is G. This is G, right? This is G all the way.
It is.
What are the chances of G here? Wait,
Tie.
I have 7 checkers on the 8. Wow.
He rolled a terrible double 5 before they'd rolled a horrible 6-5.
Wow. I wouldn't have references. 7 checkers on the 8 to hit another. He wants to get hit. Oh. What are the chances of backgammon here? This is like at least 10%.
9%?
Yeah, okay, I'll take yours.
I don't know.
But is Steve going to go for the other checker?
No, you close it out.
So gammon is like high 90s here, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's a certain amount of just wins if they get a hit, but
Yeah.
it's high 90s. And
4-3.
the wins are less because
Guy
there's someone
probably
on the
does
bar.
5 and 1 here, right? Rather than 6 and off.
I don't know. Even if you get hit,
Yeah.
even if you get hit, you don't lose. You just run around before he gets all 3 checkers.
2-1. Oh, do you have 2 on 6 last turn and take 1 off, or do you play 6
Nah, this is fine. With 3 on the bar, you can pick up the other checker if you roll a 6-5. 6-5 might be a good roll. You win more backgammons with 6-5, maybe. I don't know. Oh, wow.
This is a great sequence. The BGs are real.
Wow.
The BGs
I don't even know.
favorite,
30%?
I don't know.
30%?
Yeah, it's probably not a favorite, but
35, I know.
I think he's just slowed down a little.
Yeah, the 2. A 3 would have been better. Oh,
Yeah,
it just went up. 50-50.
It is looking pretty 50. It's a 4-something here.
4-1 he wants. No.
4 something that takes 2
1
off.
Steve does not want to get off
Double
2. He
threes,
does.
That's not a bad take,
It's
though.
not bad, but
There is still the odd BG if Steve rolls a 2-1.
he wanted to be on the bar because he was going to get a shot this turn.
Nah, I'm happy to.
Oh,
5-1.
that's it. Save BG.
Saves the backgammon.
Awesome. We don't have a computer to see comments.
Hey, who the hell needs XG?
No, not the XG.
Oh,
Our
that.
fans, the
Our
people actually
fans.
watching.
The
If
fans
they
are
can
probably
even hear
making fun of me because the first game that was on the stream was DMP, and I didn't realize they kept talking about cubes and gammons.
Obviously, people can hear us. We have to hold it. We have to put this over.
Yeah, we have to move
I'm not
this.
going to bend over into your chest.
So whatever you need to do, if I know it's just for backgammon's sake. There you go. So Sean has a nice 5-1 lead in an 11-point match. Roberto Litzenberger joining Jack Edelson here.
Here you go, 5-1. Sean, feeling good here? Oh, what was he? 5-4, 5-2?
4-1. That's Sean's 4-1? Or
I'd
that's
make-
Steve's 4-1.
No, I'd definitely make that in slot.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
that
go.
seems right.
That just seems perfect. I'm happy with that roll if I'm black.
I'm happy with this roll from Sean.
Yeah. I didn't want to
Anytime
get
you
hit
get
as
to
black, but you're like, okay.
Yeah, you could
I got the
survive.
24. Look, I got something.
Debu 5-6, not the best,
down. I
but
do down.
It was great. It had nice.
Down diversifies what you're doing because you're already stacked with 4 checkers on the mid.
you want to come
Yeah.
in deep.
And if you're
You don't mind getting
hit, then
hit.
you might explore other options after. You might come in further back because You're really behind at that point.
So like no one showed up. Boston.
I just want a point on his head.
Yeah.
If I was Steve.
Boston like maybe.
5-4.
he
He's gonna
can't.
hit.
He hasn't made a
Not
point.
gonna hit.
No, it makes a point. You need a first interval point to battle. Do something.
Who needs
Totally
points?
showed up. Maybe 50 people showed up.
They had another one last year.
Ooh, that's my favorite position. 6 checkers on the mid.
A bunch of people did.
Wait, are these towers? This is a very towerish position by
And,
Sean.
but not as much of a worry when
But
the
you're
opponent has the
stuck on the
advanced
20.
anchor.
Exactly. The 20 is great
You know,
sometimes, but not always.
this is when you wish you didn't make the advanced anchor. Although let's see,
That's why often a further back
65,
anchor is better. If you're really behind, you want to be further back.
113, 119. Black is up 12, I believe.
Okay. If you want to do it in
65.
the future, if you want to do like, if we want to count pips, you can take one color and I'll take the other, and we can knock it out faster. And you don't do all of it, and I'll do half.
Yeah, it's 131, 119.
You just pick. Which color do you like to do for our next tip count?
Purple.
I got to win the doubles. There were 4 teams in it.
So it's
Intermediate. Because I was like,
white is down 4
Shootout is here.
Ooh.
and
Well,
down
more.
20.
That's great.
14?
So it's
So Sean
double
needs to
pass.
perform or else it's over,
Double
and
pass.
this is over.
6 players in that.
Doesn't really
I
matter
wouldn't
how he
even
plays
do it.
it.
I wouldn't have
Probably
played
not
it that
precise,
way.
but
No, but if you do it the other way,
8,
maybe
3,
you'll
6,
fool them and it'll look better.
Yeah. Whatever it is, Sean.
You're not gonna fool Steve Sachs. to keep
Steve
it
Sachs is not easily fooled.
up. in a simple race position.
Yeah, I once fooled Steve Sachs a few times by playing so badly that I played a 17 and he didn't know what the heck to do against me.
Exactly.
But
He probably steamed too. It's like, Jack beat me, and he played
no,
a
he didn't beat
17.
me. He did not.
Oh,
I did not. He
You
beat
him.
me. He
Okay.
beat me. He beat me. He
Okay,
beat me.
okay.
He beat me.
Yeah, Steve only he got to be on Steve Sachs when he loses. When Steve wins, he doesn't steam. He's
Steve
always
beat
a
me.
great guy. But, yeah.
Steve's a great guy.
I love hearing these stories though. I'm like, Steve's a great guy, and people are like, Steve in the past had a temper. They get upset. And I was like, oh, that's probably where Steam Sachs came from.
5-4 hitting's got to be better than anchoring here. Sean's opinion's the only one that matters, and he says anchoring's better than hitting. 9 point and split. And double threes, he can make the 5 point from the 11. Or he can be bold and make 2 homeboard points, the 5 and the 3. Either way, the 5 happens. Or Sean says, I don't need no stinking points and double hits. In this kind of game, long-term structure matters more, but hey, that works. Steve comes in with 1. And if Sean covers the ace, he doesn't really have a great 3, so I think he just makes the 3 point. Now he decides to just leave the 5-6 shot. Yeah, that's reasonable. 3-6. 21-15.
Jump out.
From the front.
Steve's
front.
gonna jump out from the back because the connectivity is what he does. I mean, that's clear. If you jump out the other way, you don't have the connectivity. So
I
if you're
think
not
behind,
hit,
I
you
wanna-
might use the connectivity though.
Well, Boston's
Well, you're behind, but you need the anchor and forward and
Alright.
that different battle.
I like the other 6, but we'll see. Very safe. Sean has definitely decided this game to go for attacking and safety over structure.
There you are, going for that connectivity. He wants any anchor to battle from. Steve doesn't want to battle with like a loose checker, staying back. He can make a back anchor if he could, but if not, he needs to make any anchor.
Especially given that Sean, having made the ace point and having stacks, is going to be attacking fairly, readily anyway.
Especially since he has a 20 point, because his compactness is not that bad with the ace point if you're on the 20.
Atlantic City /
You've only really lost 1 from the starting position from where you're at. Because he moved up 4.
That's all you had to say.
That's it. It's just right across the freaking river. So, from the GW Bridge,
Well,
So much
That'll
for
help the
any
race.
race closeness. Black has 133
Oh.
and now 99.
Orange is ahead.
Yes, orange is ahead
Orange
by
is ahead.
34 pips.
It took me really fast to say, yeah, I would run. I'm racing. I'm not going to spend clock time counting.
I'm not going to spend much clock time on this play
Yeah.
because it's double pass right
Oh, double now. Wait, I have the ace point. Yeah, on the inside, he has 5 checkers. I
Yeah,
have
Steve,
8 checkers.
now. Quickly resets and is 6-2 in Sean's favor.
You can just look at the inner board. One had 6
Yes.
checkers. One had 8. It was like, okay.
Fairly easy. Alright, nice. Oh, that was not scored correctly.
Whoa. If it's unscored correctly, did they fix it? If not, go tell them if it's unscored.
Well, they fixed it. They gave Steve a point there, and that's Sean. I think did that. He was trying to be. Sean's a nice guy, you know. He wanted to give Steve a point. He felt bad for him. 6-5. Run.
Oh, I wanted to say something awesome. Chris Floyd sponsoring. I actually like the way the stream is right now. It's separated. I wish they put a line at the bottom. You've never. But Chris Floyd is awesome. I went to the factory in Rhode Island like last month, and everyone that works there was just really cool.
They know I'm rolling up the East River. I didn't know it was going up the East River.
I've never been to a backgammon factory
Exactly.
before. I loved it.
Yeah,
How else,
that's
what
cool.
else could I love to go to a factory than see the
Yeah.
backgammon factory in retro fashion?
Is that the right play with those double fives?
I missed it.
Probably not. I would. Well, yeah, the super stack, and yeah, that may be right. Given that he has the super stack, it's probably and he's escaped a man. Yeah, probably definitely right to make the 8 point, bring 2 down instead of making the 3 point and leaving blots when he's already running back man and had 6 men on the mid.
Okay.
That's a
Cody,
good question.
Cody, how do you pronounce your last name?
Buckholz.
Buckholz? How do you describe yourself as a backgammon player?
I think I'm still trying to figure out how to play the game, to tell you the truth.
So are we.
Yeah. I really let the dice work for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Cody is basically saying he's learning, as we all are. He lets the dice work for him. I think he's being a little timid in his commentary because that's obviously what we all do. We love getting lucky. You don't want to expose stuff. Cody's a young guy. He's one of the youngest players around, probably. He's definitely.
I got a birthday this month. I'll be 37.
Oh yeah, 37. Oh yeah, he's old. Yeah,
Older than me?
Yeah. I remember when I was going to be 37.
Yeah, back in
Describe my
2019.
backgammon play. I think I'm kind of an aggressive player. Like playing doubles with Paul Mangione yesterday. Like he definitely plays a side of backgammon that's much more passive than me. I like to follow through with the blitz.
This is the kind of shit I want, like, interviewed on tape. It's such cool, like, dialogue of, like, thinking about play. No, not as aggressive in the blitz or this. People talk about different styles. It's awesome because you don't.
Yeah, well, whether you see him.
We talk about what's right, but there is style because very often there's lots of plays that are close.
Yeah.
And it gets into. I mean, style is really in the 70s when it's exaggerated, but there is people that like to do more. You want to prime more or blitz more.
Steve is down 1 after this play.
Oh
He
man,
decides whether to run or to.
Jack Ellison, one of the best pit count people around. He can just tell you right off he's down 1.
All right. Been counting while you
Rarely
guys were chatting.
people are doing that on stream. Normally there's 4 people. They're like, oh, I don't know the pip count. Let's try to figure it out.
So it's the only thing I'm decent at in backgammon is counting pips, and unfortunately, you know, it's only so useful because most people can eventually get it right. It's
My thing is Jack is such an excellent backgammon player. He doesn't do BMAP, but he's at the cusp of being Grandmaster or not.
no, I'm not.
Okay.
What's
But
the threshold for that?
close.
4?
4.
I've been playing a 4.9 lately.
Yeah, okay, 4.9. But he's in the 4. He's top. But for some reason, like being like a Master 1's not good enough, and everyone wants to be mad. But he's a very strong player there that knows the game is awesome.
Oh, thanks, Roberto.
That was awesome for you. I love to think I'm the same age as him, but actually he's younger than me. So it's good.
But I look older.
Yeah, that's good. But it's still depressing either way.
No, Roberto has a bit more hair than I do.
I have more hair, but I definitely look older.
I don't know about that.
When little kids look at me and say, Gandalf, I'm like, oh, come on. Gandalf is too old, man. Thor!
At least
Thor!
you're a wizard, man. You know? Shot fireballs.
Okay, so classic holding game here.
Yep.
4-point holding game. It's time to come around. Undoubled. So what's the pip count?
109 for white, and I'll let you do black.
Oh, black. Okay, we would have 42.
112.
41. Okay, 112. Yeah.
Damn, that's so fast.
So what?
And you count pips as often as I do. You know that's 68 from the 21 and the 13. And then you work out the rest. 4-2, he's going to keep playing safe.
128 for black, yeah.
What? 108 for black.
Okay, 108.
32-26.
Now 99. So usually the rule of 4 is that if you have a 4 or fewer checkers on the mid and a 15% lead.
No one does.
standard
No one does
double.
percent anymore. If you're up 14 pips, just do it. Don't worry about the percentage. If you're in the holding position up 14 pips, find me the position that's wrong. Just worry about pips. Percentages, you don't need it in the holding.
15's an easy one to.
Well, 15 pips then, because the pip count's about the same.
Yeah.
It's actually 14, but that might be cutting edges. It's normal match score.
Yeah, and of course things change.
15,
For
you're more
example, if
safe.
you have the bar point, or if there's
Well, the bar point you can't take down 21. If you're down more than 21 pips, and they have the bar point, don't take.
And the
classic
9-point helps,
hold
but not quite as much. And then if there's like let's say your opponent has a 4-point anchor and you've got a gap on the 5, you're rarely doubling that.
Yeah. No, but
Yeah,
you're
there's
doubling in
little
the classic
perks.
when you're up 14. You're
Yeah.
doubling. If you have the bar, you can actually double before that.
Right. So if you have the 8, and we're talking about if you have the 8 and then all the homeboard points in front of your opponent's anchor.
Ooh, look at that, 42 for white. Look at that structure.
Yeah.
White structure. I can't believe
Ooh,
white really
double
has
sixes.
I don't know how it happened that white. Orange wasn't able to double before.
He never had enough
they're
of a race
glad
lead.
there are.
And
But the
now,
attack.
do you like 8-2 with that last
There's
6
a key
instead of
coming
10-4? I would have played 10-4 with it, and I'm slotting the 4-point here.
Yeah, cue the Mario songs here. Do, 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 do,
That's
do,
it.
dum, dum.
6-3.
As a player, you try to maintain your composure. You're making that last play after you know you're passing and you know your opponent's doubling. That's like the chivalry. You still make your play.
But if you're me, you're making sure you don't burn any clock time because you're not going to have any to burn.
No.
I just managed to get into time trouble my last match in the juniors. That was a 15-second delay, so that's
So
pretty
where'd you
impressive.
waste the time?
Oh, everywhere.
Everywhere?
I think too much about obvious things because I'm a little slow and I need to figure
But
them
what
out.
I
and I still get
commend
them
about
wrong.
that, though, is that you're thinking about your moves and not worried about the time.
Yeah.
That will come up later. Too many people, when they start using a clock, worry about the time, and they have to think about your move before you think about the time.
If you have 22 minutes and you're saying, well, I won't go below 2 minutes, then you really only have 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? The time is there to be used. I mean, don't waste it on, unimportant decisions, spending 5 minutes on something that, is just a question of how you arrange your checkers with Baron. But use it when you need it. Use it for the big decisions,
Yeah, I don't mind getting down to about 1 minute. 1 minute, I don't like to use that minute with them. I'm in three-way situation.
Yeah, I don't want to get to
Before that,
32 seconds at 9 away, but I've been down to 4 seconds at least once in my life, and I won that match.
Nice.
So
Which match was that?
it was some fish named Zenik Zizka out in Gibraltar.
Okay.
But I did hit a point where I'm burying in against his anchor. I just had to pick a legal play, because I did
As
not
long
want
as
a timeout.
legal.
You do not want a timeout.
Scott, why did you move here?
I have a perfect lifetime record against Zenik, by the way.
Yep.
1-0.
I want to know.
All right, back to the mat. So a double 5 coming in, and Sean is surely going to put Steve in the air and make the, and then probably make the 10-point and then pop out.
Okay, Sean's on roll.
He's played 1-5 so far. He entered.
Okay,
So it's a hit to the 10 and then out.
Yeah.
There isn't much else. Makes
Best
a good
play,
asset.
Best play. You're balanced. Good structure. You only have that one block. I mean, you don't have any number of points, but you're not ready there yet. You have more checkers back. You have good compactness behind. Yeah,
I
actually,
mean,
like
you're
this
just keeping
position.
things, keeping as connected as possible in these kinds of positions. Try not to bury checkers. Hit when you can. Don't lose too much ground in the race if you can avoid it. But fight for assets above all.
And it's just a very playable position. Like, even though you don't have the classic interval points, it's balanced enough that you know what you're going to play.
Yeah, you're going to make points eventually unless you roll
There you
really
go.
stupid.
Hit. Yep. But it's early. Nobody has points yet.
Just fight for assets.
It's a middle game, and no one has an interboard point yet.
A bounce from Steve, not horrible, but not ideal.
No one has an offensive interboard point. You have a
So the
defensive
6 is clear. You just slot with a 5. Yeah, you just slot the 5 point. There's nothing else.
Yeah, you're out of timing. You're not going to go to the ace. Make the go to the 5. Perfect. Awesome.
Absolutely.
And I
Make a
really want a
point.
1. I'd like a miss and a 1 here if I was Sean. No, miss and hit.
But
Oh well.
this is what, like the open jackpot?
Yep, third round.
I probably
advice
wouldn't
and
hit with a
jackpot.
2 here.
Third round, is that close
Ooh.
to being done?
I
Yeah,
would
but
hit
it's
there though.
not,
Yeah,
no, there's
I
a
like
couple
this
more rounds, I
play.
think. 7 more rounds.
You got to hit instead of jump out.
I think they had a 40 bracket. Double twos.
Okay, it makes the 4 point.
Yeah, that's and then
And
down.
then down, the only thing, and you're happy because
An actual easy double twos is a rare thing, and there's probably some hidden other play that I'm not even seeing.
yeah.
That's because double twos are
I
evil.
probably wouldn't spend that much time on that one.
No, but double twos are
It
evil.
kind of played itself.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of them were blocked, so it makes it
yes.
easier.
Still, double twos are evil.
Yep.
5-1 hits and lifts.
Not according to Marty's store.
Yeah, but Marty's smarter than the rest of us.
Marty's so much smarter, it doesn't even make sense to talk about him. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, Marty. You're like, you're talking Pluto with the companion galaxies. Like,
Yeah, if you ask Marty Storer to remember all the matches of a 31 games of a 31-point match he played in 1973, he probably could.
Absolutely.
He says he's not quite
I
as
don't
good.
know.
He says he's not quite as good as he used to be, so maybe he'd only remember like a 21-point match
He
in full.
remembers things. that
He
happened
told
when
me
we were
stuff from
both
like
together in
I
the
think late
five.
70s or early 80s, but nothing. He didn't remember all the matches from the 70s or
You'd be amazed what he does remember.
He remembers a lot.
And Marty's a super great guy.
Yeah. Just don't play Marty without a clock because he'll take advantage of his time. Right?
Oh, yeah.
But and I always say that. Always people that are intermediates or they're afraid to play on the clock. It's like if you play a stronger player not on a clock, you prefer to be on a clock. You're afraid of the time. But if they start using all the resources they have about thinking and grinding out the numbers, you don't have a chance.
Watch
Just
out, yeah.
might as well play speed gammon.
Because you have nothing to think about anyway.
Yeah, that's what happens. You run out what you think about.
Right.
You play with instinct. You play what you do.
That's exactly. That's why I realized, why I played so fast initially. I wasn't thinking about it.
So a cube decision for Mr. Sachs here. He's
Trailing.
got some threats. He can 6s, 3s, and 1s to hit on the 5 and 1s on the 22. But it seems like he's got a lot more work to do. Even if he's successful
We have a
in
2-point
pointing,
board against a 2-point
he may
board.
not be.
4 back against 1. He's a little afraid of that kind of double anchor potential to cube there. If that threat of the double anchor wasn't there, I think Steve would have cubed it.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Well, if there was slotted behind, he didn't really have the chance to make it with just a 2 or something.
Double 5s. Could going into the 1 possibly
Black
necessary? Yeah.
clearly ahead a lot. Well, Sean's going by not, he can slot things.
Yeah, he has to do that.
He wants to make it to the point. He really wants to gain the flexibility of jumping that back checker. He does not want 3 checkers back there.
The 5 point is a
Sean
real
really wants to
important
jump
asset
out,
now.
and he did jump out, so he's jumping out with the 4 here. And with the 2, he should probably make one of the points. No, he should make one of the points.
Do you want to get hit on the bar? But yeah, I guess he's not hitting
He's
with
breaking. Yeah, you don't run. You don't want 3 blocks in the
the... Yeah,
board.
that's true.
Yeah. But I'd jump out. I would jump out instead of that.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Well, he's stripped on his midpoint, and the other two points are also stripped, so maybe he's thinking that he's going to get a shot and wants to clean it up, build his board, hoping for a shot to come up, because 6s are bad, 6s don't play unless there's 2 of them.
So 11.
Black's
6-2,
behind.
6-5.
The match is to 11, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone has a ton of time.
Black is down.
Okay.
Yeah, Black is really
Black is down 11 pips.
stripped.
He's
right
got
now.
the 18 point to clear. He doesn't have much prospect of expending his prime. I don't see a double here.
Put Jack Edelson up there like one of the fastest pip counting people in balance that I know.
Well, I counted
Up there with the
twice. I wasn't
fastest,
sure about it.
But that's what I mean. That's why it's just fast.
I like it. Doesn't really seem like Black's down 11. So,
You can do the technical commentary. I'll do color because I'm not even focusing.
and you're a
that
more
much
colorful
on-
guy. I don't see a double here. I get.
No, you're too stripped.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you've got the prime. but
Way to
it's not
roll.
gonna
Way to
extend.
roll.
5-4 doesn't come to
That's
the 9
perfect.
or a
Yeah,
slot.
yeah. No, to the 9. This is good
What's that?
because you can block the 9. That would be great. If you get hit, well, you have 2 blocks. Yeah, where's the 5? Sean's gonna be very hesitant here to hit. Because look at his 5.
Do it though.
He
You
should
gotta
hit.
do
You
it.
gotta come down and leave. Oh,
You gotta hit.
yeah, you hit.
First of all, you've nothing else. But
This is good.
yeah, I mean, if you get
He
hit,
has
so
an
what?
anchor.
I mean, it's
So
better to
what?
do-
Well,
I mean, not
you're-
so what, but it's
you don't
better.
like it. I'd
But-
rather be missed.
Look, you're hitting for sure. You don't not hit for sure in this composition because the opponent might hit. If you roll, if you both hit, you've still gained. If Steve didn't have a double before, he definitely doesn't have it now from the bar. I mean, best case.
I don't know, trailing. It's kind of a fun position to double. I would.
I mean,
I would
then
definitely
why
double
wouldn't
it.
you double
I might,
before?
well, I
when
might have doubled before. Well, with 2 blocks, you double it.
I
Sean
don't see
takes
it.
fast. I never recommend taking with 1 second on the board. I would just do it unless Sean doesn't pip count. I need time. Before I take the cue, we'll spend those 12 seconds to.
Well, double
count
twos is
pips.
really nice. But you know, the only double, if you just single hit, you're just sending him back where he was before. But double twos is really nice.
My wife disapproves of my commentary on stream. She's yelling no at me. She doesn't like the fact I'm commenting there.
They're British commentary. No, they're really doing commentary.
This is serious commentary, but we also started the stream. This stream wouldn't happen if we didn't decide, hey, let's do it. Let's put it on. It happens. So this is happening because we're doing it. So
we can do
you
whatever
get
we
what you
want.
pay for.
Exactly.
You get what you pay for. Sorry, everyone watching this. You're stuck with us.
It's so much more enjoyable when
I would. He's got to pop out with the 4. You're not playing 6-2 here. I mean, you're stepping in front of strip points. If you get hit, you can come in deeper. It's gotta be it.
Black's definitely the favorite, but I love the oh, that hurt though. That 5 prime really put a dent in Orange's hopes for this game. Oh yeah, here comes
What are
the
the
6
game
prime.
positions right now?
Here comes, there it is.
6-4.
Boom. Ooh, 6 to the 4.
Right, Sean looking for double 7s here, and he does not get that.
Oh, 5-1
5-1
lousy.
instead is pretty lousy. You've got to play 2 down from the mid.
Yeah. Get 1 checker, 5 pips closer because you're gonna lose 1. Well, I don't know. What
Gavin
could
gets
you
Gavin
make the
last.
2? Oh no, you're
you
5. You're
can't.
6 prime. Yeah. If you're 5 prime, do you make the 2?
You can't make the 2. It's illegal.
Oh, okay. I guess not.
Yeah, I try to stick to legal plays. 3-2. Now the super. He's got a 3-3 back game here. He's got the 3 point twice. So 6-2 to the 5.
That's a lot of checkers on the 3-point.
I know, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. So good. Orange gets all the checkers in, so now Orange is not forced to play a 6. That's really important.
Yeah, that's
You know,
good.
you really want
Killing
to
6
slow
is
yourself
tough
down.
position.
You're hoping for Black to get big numbers here.
The more pips you have to play, the more crashing you do.
Steve should probably go to the deuce here. Yeah, there you go.
Just waits, slows down as much as he can.
Yeah. Plays efficiently there and takes time. And there it is. A burnt checker. Let's see if he can win one more roll. He could play 6-5.
6-3.
There it is. 6-4. He would have the break, and he would have made an inside point. So.
5-3.
There it
More
is.
crashing for Sean. Steve is hoping to take the lead in this match, this game. He breaks the 8-point. Does he think about leaving a shot, or does he not need to?
No. You do it. You have to then shot if it's a 2-point board. With a 3-point board with a builder there to make a 4-point board, you don't want to be.
So let's say you play 8-2, 4-1. I mean, 8-2 is clear, right?
Well, with 5 checkers back, maybe you can fish that now.
I mean,
Does he need more men back?
well, Sean might snake off a gammon. You know, it's only 16 crossovers. Could happen if he's lucky.
It also doesn't matter if you do get hit, though. It just kind of mess up the time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the answer. Is the honest truth, Candace? I mean, it can't hurt to get the extra man, and also covering the home board might be useful. I don't know.
If you have an extra man on the bar, you can win back at it.
It's a tough call. I'm not sure if Steve is right or not. But this is certainly a
3-2
good
would
working
actually
order
been up
for
with Steve.
it was very ugly for
double
Sean.
5 is great. So he should definitely rip
Well,
all
he
the
doesn't
way.
need to.
He's not even going to think, no, you just rip.
But
it's a 2-point board with a blot. I call that a party board. When you have a party board, you never care if you get sent back.
That's
a guarantee.
I mean, you can
A
get off
2-point
gammons
board-
without getting hit.
2-point board with a blot, you just rip.
I mean, I lean that way. I tend to agree.
Well,
I'm
more
not 100%
backgammons
sure.
then. Go with the backgammons. You win more backgammons if you rip.
I agree with you 90%.
I will bet if Steve moves that, it's an error. I can't qualify. Maybe within .02 it doesn't matter, so it'd be a wash in any kind of bet.
You do run into if you do clear the 5, those 6-3 and 5-3 become double blotters, and that may have been a consideration. If you rip 6-3 and 5-3, leave 2 blots, and you don't really want to be doing
I
that.
probably guarantee that.
And
Steve,
there's the 5-3. He's so glad
Steve
he
would
cleared.
say that exact number that Jack just said. He thinks through every number and did it. And I would guarantee when Jack said he did it for the 5-3, I would guarantee that Steve did
6-3
it
and
for the
5-3,
5-6-3 and 5-3. Exactly why he made that play.
Alright, so this is looking like a gammon and no backgammon. The other thing is if you get hit, you know, that's Sean's way of getting off the tee if he's not going to race off
You
it.
can't get hit now, though. There's
Yeah, I
no
said
more
talking about earlier. But yeah, he did not want to risk that double shot.
Yeah, see, he could even save it. Oh, the extra went off.
Could
I didn't
save,
see
but
the
he's not
extra
going to
checker.
save.
I thought it was 5-roll, but now it's 5-roll. And double 5s, I think he's a favorite to save here now. Yep.
Let's see, 12, 18, 29,
I'm just going from
37.
experience to experience.
Make a better door than a window.
And that's, how many checkers on the 6-point there? 6, on the ace point,
Oh,
that's
it's
6.
4 rolls now. You need to get off and 3. Not now. This is done. This is done.
3 roll now.
Every
It's
time
not
they
done.
rip,
It's not
there's
done.
every time they rip, there's an extra checker on Black's ace point.
That's the thing
I
about
can't tell how many
these
checkers are
stacks.
I
You need
always
these
try to put
magical
up when I'm
checkers.
when I'm streamed. I always want to put the checker halfway in between so I can see it stacked. Like honestly, if you want
So
to be streamed
considerate,
and be
Roberto.
conscious, is put the extra checker in between, and when you're streamed, you can see
Ooh,
it
double
stacked.
5s. Now Sean really is a favorite to save.
So 2 in, 2-3 in from the back. No,
Yeah, it doesn't matter the order. That's what he's playing. You miss on 5-4, double 5s, and double 4s, but all other plays miss more.
That is not fair.
Stop the clock, guys.
That
Stop
is
the
not
clock.
fair.
Not that it matters, but stop the clock.
It's the epitome of backgammon. You're playing, you're rooting for the person just to save, to be happy. And at the very end, it's like you don't even get the chance to be happy. Boom! And pounds the table, and you smash against the wall. It's, but we love it. We love it.
You finally stopped the clock. The way this is going, Steve will not miss those 20 or so seconds he lost.
5-3? When's the last time you've seen someone play a 5-3 opening different? And they weren't totally spaced.
I've played David Todd.
Okay.
I'm sure he's done that against me.
4-1, definite hit, and make the 20. Yep, I love it.
Beautiful.
You guys going to St. Louis?
Yeah.
I am.
Are you?
So that's a Swiss one.
We're all talking about the St. Louis tournament, which is the next tournament on the scene in 2 weeks, and David Todd and Jim Fay are just running an amazing show there. You guys, if you can go there, go there. And Dave Roberto is running a BMAP tournament.
I hear there's an awesome BMAP happening on Thursday there, right?
Who's running the feedback?
Dimitri, me?
So go check that out. It's really St. Louis has become. There's so many good tournaments. It's hard to say. It's
I don't know a
one of my
better
favorite
tournament
tournaments.
that's
It's become one
so
of my favorite
central in the country.
Yeah.
Like it's the most. St. Louis is the ABT that's most centered.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, what's
Omaha's
so
the
centered?
center point of the United States, so.
So I bet St. Louis. I was right. As ABT, it's obvious.
It sounds like Rory's going to run an Omaha event.
What was Captain Obvious from? That was like an online thing. Right?
Yeah. I can't remember.
That's sad for a brand that we remember their creation, but we don't remember what it was from.
So mutual holding game. So we all can take a nap for a while.
Yeah, classic mutual holding game here.
So somebody rolls doubles like this.
Boxes. Look at this.
All right.
Oh. And then you have a double.
119 for white.
Oh, that's
108 for black.
That's a good roll.
So 111. Black is up 3, so no double here.
It's really normalized the position. A holding game with the 5 and the 4 open, it's kind of a confusing position because you're used to references in holding games that when you hit, you win. But if you have the 4 and the 5 point open, if you hit, you don't win. That was actually a really good roll for Sean. And that's a great roll. So now he's in a class, well, black on
10 pip lead for Sachs. 108, so that would be 98, 108.
Yeah, I think it's an easy double.
So that would be double take, probably.
The timing that he has to clear from the back is so great. It's so close. Orange can't maintain themselves back there to hit a shot. So it's just based on race equity.
I treat these like races.
Yeah, contact doesn't even really favor orange here.
Yeah.
It doesn't favor orange.
I know it's not exactly right to treat these exactly like races, but I do. And I would have considered that double take.
I would have doubled for sure.
What's the usual live cube take point for 5-away against 4-away?
Is he worried about the re-cube on
4-way double in 5-way? Yeah, because
20, 21.
It's low. It's a money-ish, for sure.
Just the gist. Just the gist.
Actually, whenever your opponent is, whenever you're 4-way doubling, it's 4-way. So actually, it's higher than that. The initial cube race take point, it's probably around 25%. You need to be 2 pips better to take this right now. When 4-way doubles, you're like scared to take in races. You have to be really conservative.
Greg Miller, they reside in Anchorage, but by way of Texas.
Yeah, whenever your opponent's 4-way, you're always like you're more willing to give it up in a race, at least a pip or two.
80 for black, 90 for white. Easy double. And a tough take for Sean. May not be a take given that the contact, as you said, is not in his favor.
Yeah, what's the pip down you said?
80 to 90.
Yeah, I would pass this.
Yeah, I mean, white is...
Odd passes. Contact doesn't necessarily at all.
I mean,
favor orange.
white will have to
Steve can
run
roll
one
anything,
and leave
right?
something vulnerable, quite likely,
Steve
for a
can roll
crash.
everything. Double 4 is the worst, obviously.
And the thing is, Steve won't always have the most efficient bear off because the 5 point will be either open or bare. One checker. So that is a bit of wastage there, but Sean has the flat position
Sean
that weighs 10 pips.
Well, Sean needs the double 5s, double 6s to really like it. There are a couple of 6-5s and double 4s, but
But Sean is a taker. Sean is a taker. I would be surprised if he passes this, honestly. I know Sean doesn't like to just give up points easily.
who could give something up with a board like that, though? Look at that board. You got a board like that, it's like, yeah, you want to come back and visit this?
Yeah, Sean, I know Sean well enough. He's
did
not
that.
dropping that.
We did think for a whole 4 seconds, but I really felt it was reserved. He didn't want to grab it out of his hand.
Right.
But he was being paused.
Yeah, Sean is the taker. So do you make the ace point here, or I mean 7-2, I suppose 7-2. Try to keep some the idea of the contact favorable for you instead of clearing the 9 point. Or do you just say I'm ahead in the race?
Well, Sid did it. I would have done it in the race, but he kind of would like to see him to bust a little bit before he jumps. Like, look at this. This is a killer. That really hurt Orange in the race. You know, it hurt more.
Did pick up 2 pips, but
5-1, not the best here. Well, you could, maybe you don't bear in and you just make the
I don't know. I think I do bear in here.
Make the ace. Make the ace. Point on his
Why
head.
not 6-1-3-2 if you're going to do that? Why make the ace?
Okay.
But I would just clear the bottom point here.
You're right, the ace doesn't add any number.
You still got, if you strip the 6, you still only got two builders from
Only
the 5
2 numbers to point.
So I think this is right. I think this is right.
Now you can run as Orange.
He's got to run.
But it was a lot scarier if you run the other way.
This is weird. 6-1 is a shot. Does he want to get gammoned? 13 numbers. If he hits, it's also 13 numbers.
There's not a lot of gammons. You just hit.
But yeah, you win the race more often if you hit. So as Roberto
With that
says, you
ace
gotta
point
hit.
blot, the chances of picking up 2 checkers is really low.
And even then, you're not a favorite to be gammoned.
Yeah, especially with that ace point blot.
Right, but you can lose the race here, right? 4, 56, 62. You're only up 12, but your opponent's on roll, so you gotta hit.
Well, you have to hit, of course.
Can this be right?
It's the same amount of shots.
It's got to be a hit.
You have to hit.
Yeah.
It's the same amount of shots.
Okay.
Steve likes to take his pictures, though.
If you don't hit, well, you can still
Besides,
get
you
hit.
win me very, very,
You don't
very
win.
often.
He runs away.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason not to
You're up
hit.
11 after the roll, but your opponent's
You
on
cannot
roll.
be afraid of the gammons here because with that extra check on the ace point, you're not going to get gammon that much. Yes.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, because the race is too close. It's the same number of shots. The gammons aren't that high.
I give 3-1.
4-way, 5-way.
I give 3-1.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Because I want to make money, I think it's a lot more than 3-1.
Yeah.
But I want to make
So
money.
it's got to be the hit.
Where to put the ace?
Yeah.
What's the count, Roberto, for black?
He's worried about gammons.
Hitting or not?
Most
63, so 62
You
for
know,
black, yeah.
he could get hammered if he gets the 2 checkers hit.
He's 74 for white.
Okay? So he can also get more damage.
But normally you hit. If there's 11 pip
the race is
difference,
close.
if there's 11 pip difference,
We're 5-3, and now Sean is going to stay back to maximize hitters. 14 numbers work.
no.
Stay back.
Yeah, he does, but it's tough. You run out of time there. That's why the gammons were lower than expected.
And double threes,
Yeah,
and
and
now
there
he
you
goes
go.
down
There's
to
no
2.
hit. Yep.
He's going to just cash this right now.
That's
because-
why Steve made the right play
Yeah.
hitting because the gammons were really low.
Yeah, but even if they were a bit higher, I think you'd still go. Even if it was a for 4.
No, even if it's higher, you would.
Yeah.
But that's what made it clear.
Yeah. You just cash here now because there's too many blot numbers and not enough gammons. Yep.
You hold this for some
8-7. Sean has the edge in this hard-fought back-and-forth match here in Denver at the Wild West Shootout, organized by Dan Minardi with Ben Friesen and Josh and Jessica Giles on staff. Really, everybody's done a fantastic job bringing this wonderful tournament to you. Thanks to us and thanks to Nick Blazer, who's really done a fantastic job with the commentary all weekend. Right now it's Jack Edelson, and Roberto will be coming back and joining me shortly as the players are on break for now.
Wait, get orders. People want it.
Let's give the guy business.
What's going on?
Upcoming as mentioned.
Apparently the taco truck, which is being still open. And people are going to go order tacos. There's euphoria going on because people have been...
There are about 10 taco trucks in this neighborhood, which is one of the great things about this this tournament here.
I looked in Google for restaurants.
Do you want tacos?
The taco place got 4.5 stars.
And a 5-3, Mr. Sachs makes the 3-point. And a 6-1 for Sean.
You get a tacos and you get salad and fruit, which is spicy and like thing. It's like a full meal. And it's amazing, and it's all well done. And I've never seen such a thing.
Let's go. You gotta wait till the match is done.
4-2 makes the 4
Scotty's
point.
gonna go. If you're gonna go, go. Scotty, you're going to get tacos. Right? You go with Jared.
I don't know.
If you want tacos,
3-1 for Mr. Sachs here. Splits and brings a 3 down. He's got to unstack that 10, especially at the score. He wants to be aggressive. Unstack the mid, I should say. 5 point for Sean. A good shake.
I'm gonna head over. Text me the orders.
No, that's the right score.
Edie, what do you want to
6-5 makes the 8 and pops out.
And then you got two.
Good. And 4-2, he's just going to play safely the bar point.
I think that they also, when they stripped the bar there and got to him, I think that was because then you got to come out and have
Steve's mad about something.
Steve's thinking about something. Maybe thinking about the double with at the score. You're a bit feisty. This seems a bit too feisty though, even at 4-way, 3-way, and Steve holds off a roll. He gets a step up and make the 10. Boards are equal, and he doesn't mind this score making things a little bloody, and so he's going to do it. Be bold, why not? Sean hits and splits or lifts or. You may want to hold on to that ace point, but.
I think you're splitting here.
Cody's advocating for splitting, and certainly with the opponent on the bar, it's if you're going to do it, this is the time to do it. So he sort of plays an ace that does not much of anything.
It's a group of 4 people go. It's a party.
No, I'm watching the match.
2-4. He's going to bring in a man from the 10 point.
Well, one of them, if they don't even there, we'll give him a taco.
These kinds of in 3-way, 4-way, at these attacking chances, you're very rarely doubling. So Sean makes the 3. And Steve rolls a nice set of 1, makes the anchor, makes the bar. All good things.
I find 3-way, 4-way a lot more difficult than normal match scoring.
I find it plays a lot like 2-way, 3-way in these kinds of middle games anyway, with some gammons wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm a little more aggressive at 4-way, 3-way. I really want to throw it out there if I'm the 4-way.
Yeah.
But not at the very start.
Right.
In gammonish positions, I mean, the gammon value is higher. The gammon value is higher at 4-way. So in gammonish positions earlier, I'm more aggressive even than at times in these middle games.
Certainly not 4-way, 2-way, where you're throwing the cube at the drop of a hat.
4-way, 2-way is automatic.
Yeah.
It's like that's why it's a perfect excited person's score. You just jump out there and it's like, I have something. I made a point. I'm doubling you. Yes. And now I'm going to crush you. That's how you feel at 2-way, 4-way.
Yeah.
And once you cube at 3-way, 4-way, you feel the same thing. You're going to gammon them, and you're going to win the match. And
5-2. Does he make the 8 point here? He must make the 8 point, right? I mean, just grab that beautiful part of the prime. It's hard to resist.
I'm very surprised this hasn't cubed yet.
Well, there's only one roll where Steve really could think about it.
Okay.
And he did think about it.
I mean, a lot swings on a 3 here. I mean, a 3 is the main roll.
I just find it hard not to make the 8. I can see the argument for 2 down, but
No, you got to make the 8.
yeah.
You got to.
It's like almost as many shots, actually, to play down.
You can call me a primer, but I'm not the only one.
My apologies on behalf of everyone
You know,
here in Denver.
I had an opponent tell me the other day that primes win games. I thought that was great knowledge.
Yeah. One of the 3 most tenets of winning wins games.
Except for those games when
primes
they
win
don't.
games, blitzing wins games, and racing wins games. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that.
When you
6-point
ambush
primes
too,
win
you know,
games.
so
6-point primes win games.
You.
And I would have redoubled
Gross.
before the score already.
Now
it's
he's got
now
it.
it's probably like too good.
Yeah, this is too good. A lot of 5s.
This is a
are pretty
score that you
ugly.
do not want to miss your market. This is too late. Like, it's an easy
Well,
pass.
He's been underdog a lot.
Yeah, I never.
Sean has got to let this go.
I hate missing my market with this too.
I mean, Sean is a taker. Sean is a taker, but he's got to let this go.
There's not enough timing there.
What is there? If you roll a 3 and then the other number, you have to play 2. You gotta let this go. Like Roberto said, this may very well have been too good.
Yeah.
But Sean does not like to pass.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't even share this information. I don't think anyone's watching this stream now. But anything small to good should definitely be doubled because people will sometimes they'll take it. Percentage run drops makes it always right to be doubling 0.01, 0.02s all the time. Unless it's technically too good.
At the same time, sometimes that if it's so unlikely your opponent's going to drop, it's sometimes better to just do the right thing, and then when it's actually a tough decision for the opponent to take or drop, you're more likely to get an error, even if they're smaller. Like when people say, oh, I double here, if he drops it 10% of the time, I benefit. But they're more likely to drop if you wait till it's the right time, and it's still a take. Like I said, Sean is a taker. If he's got any asset, he's going to want to take.
So, wait, does that prove into my theory that you should double slightly too good?
Against some people.
If you're not sure if it's too good or not, it's close.
All right,
hey,
well,
then
that's a
you're not gonna
lousy
make
roll,
the
but he's
cube
got to make
error
the
of
4
not
point.
doubling.
Slot the 4 point.
He thought he had the timing, prime.
I think you just have to slot. No, I would have slotted the 4.
Yeah, I would have slotted the 4.
But, no, the 4 I mean. But yeah, this might be better though when Steve's thinking because if he hits there, he's not out yet.
Yeah.
He still needs to do the double hop.
He's not letting him turn
that was
around the game in one roll.
You're not hipping and stepping to the edge with the same roll. But then you don't cover with this. If you would have done the other one and covered it now, it would have been gin.
Oh.
Good shake for Sean. Not good enough, but that's the problem. He's going to have to move at some point.
Well, you got to cover, right?
6 covers and 5 out, or just 2 out? Both out. Both out.
I do both out, leave the one.
Both in, yeah.
I think you play both in because you're waiting for him to.
We've got both in, we've got both out, and we've got splitting the difference. Just don't split the difference by bringing the 5 in and the 6 out.
Both in doesn't leave any shots.
But if you come out with both, he rolls an ace, he's still got problems.
Right, exactly.
Actually, I'm starting to like splitting the
this is the
difference.
best.
Splitting the difference is best.
This is the best play by far.
Splitting the difference is best because you're not so worried about being attacked. You don't need to bring the second
Threes
man
are
out.
duped. You can't hit and step up. Oh no, yeah, this is a no doubter.
Yeah, you don't need to bring the
I
second
think all
man
the other
out.
plays are blunders. Actually, no, they're all the other plays. I didn't see this play to begin with. This is a genius play. This
one.
play, this is out of control.
Because what's the big
This
deal?
is a genius
You're not
play.
worried about being attacked.
I didn't see it. Jack didn't see it, and none of you.
I saw it, but I didn't. I was so automatically thinking 2 out that I didn't. That I moved away from it.
This is awesome.
I mean, it's one of the ones
Wait,
I
he
talked
didn't do
about
it?
originally. No.
He did the other play. Oh, I think that's a mistake.
And there's a sad
But-
5. He
but
definitely would
it
rather have
worked
been
his
back
way.
for that. More
Picking
gammons.
up
I think it's
checkers
what-
right now.
5-1 makes the 2.
The gammons for the match. Now you're gonna take the 6.
No, now he doesn't want him out.
2-1, 6-4, and then 3-2.
The idea for black is to be able to close the 4 point and then expose and then trap.
By the way, this
That's
is not
really what Steve wants to do.
This has not been this has been very much around what you'd expect at the time Steve doubled. I mean, Steve hasn't rolled fantastically since then to get here.
And you can't really. And you might want to slot. You do not want to expose now. You're not breaking the 7 now. Not with a 4-point board with a threat to make a 5.
Never. No.
Not yet. You can do that later. Maybe 3-point board with a block.
I'm just playing safe here. If he comes up with a 3, you've still got plenty of attacking material and whatever. I don't think he needs a slot.
No, you don't need the slot. You hardly ever need the slot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
You can make naturally at some point, possibly, and even if you don't, big deal.
you slot when you hit loose. Or the exception when in a checkers off position, often you have to slot. Because you really need the 5 point or something. You just need to make it. You're dealing with very few checkers. You just need to go for it.
Yeah. No move here. And there's
There
the
it
6
is.
prime.
Boom. And now he can leave that back checker back. Oh, perfect roll for Sean. Steve wanted one to bust because he wanted to be able to break now.
And you're trapping a bit more than you normally would because of the score. So you might trap a little. You might even trap in a position where your opponent is more of a home board than you normally trap against. But here he can't trap with the 6-3.
Sean spent a total of 0 pips in the last 2 rolls.
I think
of ways.
he's 3 out of the last 4 even.
Three in the last 4 and made the 5-point board. So Steve just wants to try to win. There's no more trap. It's a pretty strong, pretty decent ace-point game.
He'll take any gammons that he can
There it
get,
is.
but
Sean doesn't bust yet.
he will bear off with some aggression though because of the gammons.
Great roll though, because now if he jumps to 6, he still has 4 builders to point on him.
And there is the 6, and
he's looking for those pointers here.
He's got a point. If he can. Maybe not to hit, but that's a shot.
What would Daniel Bluestone say? Shot! That's what he does. It's great. It's classic.
No, you're totally right.
He's
you're totally right.
15-11.
Is he going to eat this?
That was a miss. That never happens to me.
2-1.
My opponents never miss. I don't know how that happened. Steve is so lucky.
Oh my God, that happens to me all the time. Yeah.
Docs?
Oh yeah.
Bless you, Billy.
Well, there we
Double
go.
5's not really enough, but
The roll that roll boxes now and then scare him. Or even
he's got
5,
twice as many checkers as his opponent. That's not usually
or
a good
double
thing.
ones. Double ones would be a good one just to start scaring the opponent because you still rip 4. It's a low number, but you rip 4. Scare the guy.
I just love that you can actually see.
Oh, double 3 is not enough. Only rips 2.
2 away, 3 away.
Double
5
ones.
to 2.
Double ones is definitely better.
Of course, 5 to 2. You're just playing until set for sets here.
This is a girl party here.
You better have him give you another.
The least distractions, the better. And that's what I have. Black and white board.
Okay, this is Jen. The one, right?
Yes, it is Jen.
Yeah.
Takes 5. No, he's got 9 checkers. So it's 9-8 in favor of Mr. Sachs, the former Dodgers second baseman.
Correct.
Yep.
2 away, 3 away.
Yep. Sachs. I saw the jersey. I saw him wearing it one time. I really saw him.
Different Steve Sachs, not the same Steve Sachs.
No, he's from. He is from LA.
Yeah, he is from LA. And that's the thing. Steve Sachs is from LA
And
too.
he does have a jersey. that
Yeah, he
says
does have a
Sachs
Sachs
on it.
jersey. Yes.
If I'm in with Steve
That's
Sachs,
fine.
I'd have a Steve Sachs jersey, even though I'm a Giants fan.
Does David Wells have a David Wells jersey?
I don't know if he does. He
The
probably
other
does,
Sachs
but he doesn't
spelled it
wear it.
differently,
If
though,
I was
right?
David Wells, I would definitely have a David Wells.
And the thing about David Wells, that David Wells, the backgammon player, looks more like a baseball player than David Wells, the baseball player. And David Wells, the baseball player, looks more like a backgammon player.
That's more reason why I wear the jersey.
Exactly. Anyway, 6-3 here.
So you had.
You gotta hit him.
I'd step up. Yeah. There you
Where'd you go, Patrick?
go. Ooh, double 1. So the 5 point is made.
And the split.
Just split. It's
Yeah.
just, That's your standard from early
Yeah.
game, from the bar, double ones.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
making the
yeah.
5, coming in, and splitting.
Yep. No question. Do not hit twice. Do not hit twice. You want to make assets.
No!
Oh, Sean.
Oh, come on,
This is an
Sean.
emotional game at this point.
That's like, no. Double ones. When do you not make the 5?
When he's got a spare checker on the.
He's never done that against me. I've played Sean like a dozen times.
I thought Sean might do that. But, I mean, you just make the double hit with a 1-point board. You're only
Now you don't
keeping
have
so
the 5.
much.
Like, you're going to continue to this game
Right,
back
if
and
you,
forth.
if you double hit, right, you've only got a
make it
1-point
best.
board. You're not going to be closing him out anytime soon. So make the permanent asset over the,
Which is the
very
best
speculative
inside-out
blitz.
set.
Yeah.
The 5 point. It's like a double point.
And now look who's got the 5-point, Mr. Sachs. Oh, he makes both points there.
That's good. Great roll there.
Good roll.
Compacting on the front side and has coverage in the back with the whip on the ace point.
That's a lot of big words there.
Yeah.
I don't know that I quite follow them.
Well, I'm saying that the structure is just compact. Some people say that the last checker on the ace point is like the dragon, is like the tail. I always call that like the. I read somewhere people call it the whip.
Oh, you
have
read
that
books?
checker
I don't
back.
read books.
That's not the book. It's just lore.
Ah.
It's just lore.
Lore, yeah. Lore that I haven't heard of.
Well, look, there's one guy in the back. He's like the whip. They hit him. He's the attack. He's the ambush. He's there to attack. All the front portion's compact. He wants to make a point before he runs that back checker.
13
His
to 4.
contact value is great. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, when your opponent doesn't have spares.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Let's say you
Go to the 4 all the way. No.
No.
You need the contact when he
Yeah.
dumps checkers.
What's it
to
always?
hit him.
The thing
You
is
can
that
always get a 6. He has a 1-point board.
that back man is not going to get trapped
Look,
anytime soon.
Oh,
and
maybe
since
couldn't have slotted then.
since
You
the
hit him.
back man isn't going to get trapped anytime soon, you might as well keep it back when your opponent's super awkward and going to leave shots.
Yeah, no,
It's like a common thing. For example, let's say your opponent runs with a 6-5 in the opening roll. You split with a 4. Your opponent runs with another 6-5, and then you have a 4. You do not make that anchor. You're staying back because your opponent's
You'd
awkward
prefer
and
the
might leave
2
shots.
point. You'd rather have the 2-point at that point than the 20-point.
Yeah. And you'd rather just have a man back on the ace point than 2 men on the 5.
I've seen it practical that sometimes you can make the 4-point or the 2-point. When you're really
Yeah.
behind, you'd prefer the 2-point than the 4.
Right.
Yeah, when they don't have the inner board points.
Yeah.
Early
That's
game.
such a common mistake I see among intermediates. You say, oh, I can make the advance anchor, like in that position where your opponent's run all his back man, but it's still super stacked, and they pick up the back man and let the opponent play behind them. You don't want to let the opponent play behind you when he's super stacked.
Yeah.
Even that means foregoing the normally good anchor.
Raise, we have to have Jack about that. He knows race stuff.
118 for white and 66, 96, 104, 112, 119 plus minus whatever Steve still has to play.
That's just amazing.
That was insane.
It's just cluster counting. 62, 22.
Amazing.
That's 20 plus 2.
Who does
with
it
the
faster
6 and
than
a 4.
Edelson? No one I know.
Or Benjamin, maybe? Probably.
That's it, right?
And I can get a wrong count even
that's
faster.
Like Rubik's Cube world record type stuff. It doesn't make a difference in between 4 or 5 seconds. It's the best.
He's got to leave a shot, right?
Yeah, that's why it's hard. If, if he could clear, he would have done it already. Cody here says he has to leave a shot, right? And I was like, well, yeah, or else he wouldn't think about it. He just would have cleared it.
1-5 is about a perfect number there, and
Not about as. Is.
it is a perfect number there. And
Ooh.
do you play on here?
Yeah. 1-6 is duped. Man, you're so happy when you need somebody who's a 1-6 and you see a number like a 5 come out of the baffle box first.
That's sad.
Hey, you're just relieved. Okay, it's not the 1-6. Yeah.
I love rolling my duplicated jokers. So Steve gets us an extra builder for the ace point, and
Ooh, that time the
seems
6
pretty
came out
safe.
first, so
Yeah.
a little heartburn there. That could have been a 1.
4-1.
Out. Or no. Oh, because if he hits you out, it's a double shot. So maybe you just come down.
Why not play 6-2?
Why not, says Steve, and does it.
Yeah, it still dupes the 1-6.
Keeps the 1-6 dupe. That's a different kind of 7.
1-6 duplication's huge because it only happens, 6% of the time anyway.
But it happens over and over again.
Yeah. If you dupe it, he's definitely jumping out and not hitting.
These gammons are getting very big. Double 2s is a little silly. Do you make the ace point? Or do you play 6-2?
I go 6-2.
Yeah.
I'd still go 6-2.
That ace point gap becomes a permanent problem, though. And you have 3 builders instead of 2.
I love the way 6-5 plays from there and 6-4.
That's stiff.
Yeah,
I don't want to leave those immediate shots.
I don't know.
Immediate direct shots suck.
I like the ace point here. Just intuitively, I like it. You have some pretty bad 6s too, yeah, like you said.
What is that?
So maybe because of the block, would you do the same thing if you had a solid board?
I'll think about that tomorrow. Just slide it forward, yeah.
3-4, 3-1, 2-1. Boom. Not the right one. 4-5.
He can play safe.
4 safe.
Really stiff.
Not the play wanted for the G's.
Not the play wanted for anything. But he still has a play on, of course. Still too good to double. Double 3s is an excellent shake.
One of his best.
4-1 twice for the gammons.
Yes.
1, 2,
Definitely
3, 4, 6, 8,
You're
10.
still leaving shots.
11 crossovers for Sean to save.
Go
And
for the
he dances.
gammons. Go for the gammons and
Yeah.
rip. And
6-1, nice and safe. Not as gammon,
yeah,
but nice and
two-way,
safe.
three-way, the undoubled gammon value is huge.
Because that wins you the match, right?
It wins you the match. So I didn't even realize that it's undoubled gammon. Just go for the G. It's amazing. It's super powerful. Because the other guy haven't even doubled yet, and you can't even lose. This is huge.
6 rolls.
3-1 is poor.
That's a
Comes into
dream.
6.
Two-way, three-way is the leader, and you get undoubled gammon.
And Doc's cars, that is
Oh.
pretty crushing. Sean will need sets, plural, probably.
This is tough to save here.
5-1 to the 12, I would imagine.
Yeah, just take the crossover and. Hey, take this time to thanks everyone. Thanks, this tournament's awesome. Come on out
Absolutely.
here to this tournament. And, thanks, Jack, for having fun out here.
Thank you, Roberto.
Thanks to public audience. Thanks for Ben for actually setting up sound.
He needs 2 sets. Do it. And that is it. Congrats to Steve.
Well done, Steve. Oh, you got 20%. I'll do the best I can.
And Steve will move forward. And thank you all for listening. I assume that's it for the stream for tonight. So 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Play resumes tomorrow. So that's 9 a.m. Mountain. Have a good night.
Jack, who does he play? Oh, we don't know. Great job, Jack. Thank you.
We were having fun.
Yeah, she did. Make sure you text her. Said text. I told her to text you. She gets back.